We're given a ball that can slide on this thread with some friction. And we have a greater mass, capital M here, which is the mass of this rod. Now it's given that after t time, this small ball M relatively reaches this end of the rod. And when that happens, we are asked what is the frictional force between the ball and the thread. And it's also given that once released, both bodies begin moving with constant accelerations. So let's assume the accelerations of both the masses, and let's assume the friction also, and start writing equations. So let the friction on ring be F. So friction will be upwards. The reason is the ball will slide down relative to the thread. See, if this whole thing was at rest, right, if this thread was just tied to the top, then also this ball would have moved down relative to the rope. And here, because mass M is bigger, the thread is already being pulled up. So relative to this thread, this mass will definitely slide down. And if mass is sliding down, then the frictional force will be upwards. So that's how we derive the direction of frictional force. So let the friction on ring be F. Now relative to rope, ring slides down. So friction's direction will be upwards, right, like this. Now frictional force is the only contact force between this mass M and the rope. And mass M is being pulled up with force F, which means the thread is being pulled down with same force F, right? Action and reaction. So ring is pulled up by force F. This implies rope is pulled down by the same force F. And this force is therefore the tension in the rope. So whatever the force with which you are pulling the rope, that is tension in the rope. So the same tension will translate here, and this means this rod is being pulled up with the force F. Same as this. And now let's start writing equations. So two equations we can write for the two blocks. And for third equation, he has given the time it takes, that is t seconds. So relative to the rod, this ball will reach from here to here in t time. So its acceleration relative to the rod will be a1 minus a2 in upward direction, right? So you might get confused. The relative acceleration should be a2 minus a1, and that is correct. It will be a2 minus a1 in downward direction. But we are considering its acceleration in upward direction, so that will be negative of that. So a1 minus a2. Now with this acceleration, this ball is covering a distance L. So our equation of motion, L is equal to half a1 minus a2 into t square. Now we can write our equation of motion because both the accelerations are given as constants. So their difference is also a constant. So when the acceleration is constant, we can use our equation of motion. So now we have our three equations and three variables f, a1 and a2. So we can solve them and find the answer.